Hey, what's going on, everybody? Getting back to doing these team previews. We're gonna try to do a call-in show tonight to hang out for a bit, and recording here on a Sunday. Hope everyone's doing great. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. It's been hard lately. I'll be honest, getting motivated to not necessarily like, well, yeah, hell, it's it's been hard trying to find all the motivation in the world just to put together videos and set up and everything, but I'm good. I mean, I'm fine, but it's just trying to get back to doing these team previews. We're still in the beginning of the off season. We're gonna get as many teams as possible, if we can get all of them in the Power 4. So, today I wanna look at Florida, um, which isn't really much to say there. I don't expect much from them. They do have John Summerall coming over from Tulane University over in Louisiana, who has been a fantastic Group of Five head coach the last few seasons, and his record and everything speaks for itself. The same thing was said about Billy Napier. He was great in Louisiana at the Raging Cajuns and the Sun Belt Conference. He comes over, everyone hypes him up, and he's going to be the answer for Florida. And lo and behold, Sun Belt Billy basically craps the bed and rolls over and can't get it done. So we look at 2026 for Florida. Go ahead and pull up their schedule. I'm going to try to make these a little quicker than they usually are. Um, I mean, I'd like to keep them between 10 and 15 minutes, if at all possible. I don't want. In years past, I would spend 20 minutes on a team, and that was always fun because I broke down like rosters and stuff. There's not really much you could do about that or with that until you see it happen in the spring. And because it's still kind of early, we're just not going to bother with it. I just kind of want to get a feel for their schedule and just like off the top of my head, with each team, you know, first thing that comes to mind when you think of that game, who you really like in that game, and just stick to who you really like. So we look at Florida, they got their spring game April 11th. It's at noon Eastern at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. And that's going to be, again, spring games meaningless at this point. I made a video the other day talking about it. It's pointless. It's just a live scrimmage for the fans. It's good game day experience and good experience, more in the off season for the players. But I mean, what are you expecting to see from Florida this spring? If you ask a basic college football fan, you ask a basic SEC fan, hell, if you ask a basic Florida fan, what do you expect to see in the spring game? Can they give you a legit answer? They could tell you what they would expect to see, but are you gonna buy it? I'm not saying they're dumb enough to not know what they expect. I'm not saying that. It's just what does it matter? I felt the same way the other day when I made the video about Alabama's spring game. Like, what's the point? Like, it's just a live practice for the fans to go to. That's it. I mean, you'll see quarterback battles. Someone's going to do better than the other, but God, spring games are so different nowadays that I mean, everyone makes up rules and puts points on the board just for coughing on the field or something. It's stupid. So, like, I mean, it's not a real game. But you get to the real games in the fall, and they open with Florida Atlantic, Campbell Camels, whatever the hell that is, at Auburn, Ole Miss, at Missouri. We're in SEC play here. South Carolina is your homecoming game. Big rivalry there. This will be in the swamp at Texas. A bye week, October 24th. You get your biggest rivalry, at least in the SEC, in Atlanta, moving from Jacksonville finally, neutral site with the Georgia Bulldogs. Probably not going to win that game there. Um, Oklahoma comes to town at Kentucky, Vanderbilt, and at Florida State. I'll give it credit for Florida if John Summerall has a rough start. Now, let's let's chalk it up and let's say that worst case scenario, you drop one, if not both, of your first two games to group of five teams. You're going to be laughed at. You'll be made fun of and all that good stuff, right? We know that, right? But, um, you know, let's just play reality. Florida's got enough talent. They really did. I think they got the talent. Billy Napier just didn't know how to coach. Not in the SEC, at least. He should have stayed in the Sun Belt. But Summerall comes over from Tulane, and you kind of, you in a way, like on one hand, you expect it to be better than what Billy Napier did. On the other hand, you're holding your breath because it's another group of five coach coming over, whereas other teams want to go pick and choose from Power Four or in conference or whatever. So those first two games, let's go ahead and chalk them up as wins. What gets me is you go to Auburn, Jordan Hare Stadium. They also have a first year head coach in Alex Golish. Is that right? Alex Golish? Yeah, from USF. I knew they had a first year head coach. I was trying to make sure. But yeah, they got Alex Golish. So they got Alex Golish. This will be at Jordan Hare Stadium. I talked, I think I talked with Uncle Lou on his call-in show last week or a week before. I don't know, but I had saw this used to be a big annual rivalry all the time up until like 2010 for um for Florida and Auburn. They used to play like home and home style every freaking year. Um and then they took it away when they added the expansion teams in like 2013, 2014, whatever. And it kind of went away. But they've met quite a handful of times. It's kind of one of those cross division, even though there's no divisions, it's like a East and West cross divisional rivalry type of thing here. Um, so that should be a good game. I feel like it's a good test going to Jordan Hare Stadium. I think I did do an Auburn preview already, but anyways, I mean, look, Auburn, you know, they're going to be a struggling team this year, but they're also going to be improved. I think Florida can be improved. I just think that 9 times out of 10, each week that goes by, outside of those first 2 games or whatever, the team they're gonna be playing is most likely gonna be better than them, talent-wise, coaching-wise, and everything. Not saying every coach is gonna be, like, better than Summerall coming in, but being a first-year head coach at a struggling, limping program that's almost buried, you have a lot of work to do. Auburn's one of those teams you're going up against that I think is just gonna be better. Ole Miss, Pete Golding in the playoffs look pretty damn good. Give them credit. You get them at home, at Missouri, South Carolina, at Texas, a bye week on October 24th. Halloween, you go to Atlanta for the cocktail party um, against Georgia. You come back home the week after, you play Oklahoma at Kentucky. Big time rivalry there. The key thing that stands out about that game is you whooped up on Kentucky for 32 years and they finally beat you once and then started to beat you a couple other times, I think, in recent years. Vanderbilt at home, we'll see what they look like as well. And then at Florida State, who I don't really expect much from this next year. I think Mike Norvell is potentially out the door soon. So you probably have a good chance to win on rivalry weekend. That'll be a Friday game, either afternoon or at night. Overall, make this one quick and get out of here. I don't expect too much from Florida. Uh, I'm a I'm gonna put up 5-7 for them. I think they're just shy of a bowl game. I don't think that gets Summerall out the door, nor do I think it. The record might upset the fans, but I don't think they should sit there and be like, "We couldn't make a bowl game this first year. It's over. We're throwing in the towel." Please understand where you were at with Billy Napier, with the late seasons of Dan Mullen. Um, And look at where you've been in the gutter the last few seasons. If you go 5-7 with this schedule and you're like one game shy of a bowl, especially here's the thing, it's not even your record. I think you got to make these games competitive. I think you have to look at Florida State. Let's say if you lose it, it's got to be close. Georgia, can it be a close game? Probably not, but we'll see. What if you lose to Auburn? Is it down to a field goal or a touchdown or a safety or some weird defensive play, right? And again, spring games haven't happened yet. We're like 2 months out from those. Circle that on your calendar, though. Go to the game. Read up on reporting and stuff, and just kind of hear what the coaches and everybody are saying in spring practice and all. That's when you're really going to know and can really dive in for some predictions. But it's fun to predict early anyway. So again, at Missouri is a game that I would circle. I don't know what they're going to look like yet. I think they'll be a good team. I like Drinkwitz. I think he's a great guy, really good head coach there in Columbia. But again, that's a team I want to circle and just kind of see how they do. I don't know what to expect. So that being said, you got Shane Beamer, South Carolina. It's up and down, hit or miss with them every single year. Are they gonna make him win a bowl game or not? You never know. So some of these are hit or miss teams. You get those games at home. Um, Overall, I think Florida's in. Well, let me say that I don't think they're going to be that good of a team this year, and I think they got a long way to go to get back to relevance. However, on the other hand, can it get worse than what Billy Napier did? Maybe it could record wise on a yearly basis, but Florida fans thought Billy Napier was the answer and had to eat those words. I hope that Florida fans, I haven't seen anything online, I don't know, but I hope and pray y'all are not sitting there thinking that Summerall is going to be the answer and that he's going to take you to the promised land. I hope you sit back, have your arms crossed like this in the corner, and you're like, all right, dude, show us what you got. I hope that happens. Overall, the schedule works out. I think it's not one of those. Well, if Florida plays their cards right this year, they probably could make a bowl or come up just shy of it. And I say just shy of it. And I think you need to be content with that at 5-7 or whatever because of the fact simply that it's just a tough schedule. It just really is. I got 5-7, 2026 for the Florida Gators. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. We're going to keep doing as much of these in the off season as possible. We got a live show tonight. So I'm going to try to go ahead and upload this. Maybe it'll upload during the show or whatever. But we have a 9 o'clock call-in show here on Sunday. Hope everyone had a good Valentine's Day and everything. And yeah, that'll do it for me. Love y'all. See you soon. God bless. And have an awesome day here at Ballard Sports Media. Love you. Jesus loves you too.